So our bodies are made up of 70 to 75% water, and it's so important to drink a good quality water. Nowadays, we have accessibility to all these bottled waters, which contain so many contaminants, and then the tap water, because it's getting more and more polluted, our lakes, that they just keep adding more and more contaminants to make the water neutral. But we're ingesting all of these toxins into our body, which eventually will give us some trouble. So I researched for a few years to find that the best machine on the market is actually a Japanese technology that provides ionized water. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, and I'm going to explain the entire machine to you, and actually all the different types of water it produces, because it's not only drinking water, but so much more. So let's get started. This is the SD 501 Platinum model, which is actually their flagship model, which contains a double carbon filter that the water goes through, as well as 7 titanium and platinum coated plates. So what it does is the machine unit is actually plugged in, and it ionizes the water, it electrolyzes the water to produce the ionized water. And you can actually have a separate faucet like I have here to hook it up, and if you don't like it on your counter, we actually can install it under the counter for you as well. So if you lack counter space, kind of like I do, eventually I may put it under the counter as well, but for now I really like it up here because it's very accessible and easy for me to use and actually show you guys this video. So let's get started with the different types of drinking water. So we all know what that pH means, potential hydrogen. And if you go to drinking water number 1, 8.5,
Kangen Water, 8.5.
The machine talks to you in 5 different languages, so I have it programmed in English. And the 8.5 is actually a good starting point. And what I mean by 8.5, that's the pH of the water. So when you first start drinking this water, because we're probably not used to having such a high pH in our water, we're used to drinking maybe 7 or lower, it's good to start off at this level. And it's just a matter of pushing this lever down. And I'm getting the 8.5 coming out of this hose here, which I fill up and enjoy drinking. It's very yummy tasting water. I've never tasted anything so smooth and crisp in my life. And it doesn't just sit and make you bloated like tap or bottled water, because this water actually penetrates right into your cells, which is amazing, which makes it really easy to consume a lot of it. And then after, let's say, drinking that for a week or two, then you want to go to the 9.0. So you slowly graduate yourself. And again, just lift the lever and you're getting the 9.0 water, which is also good for making pasta because it actually cooks it al dente for you. And it's actually great for making coffee. I love my espresso, and it actually takes out some of the acidity in the coffee when I make it, which is so incredible. And then once you've graduated to drinking 9.5 after a couple weeks, that is the water that we enjoy in this household. And I have actually a jug of it filled up here, but it actually, you can see the molecular hydrogen in the water, which is so important. They call it drinking the cloud. So you can see the cloud in the actual water, which is the molecular hydrogen, which gives you the best tasting quality water. And I also want to show you, what type of toxins you're dealing with when you're actually using bottled water, sports drinks, pop. A lot of people are paying a lot of money for Esca Water, for example. Aquafina, as well as Dasani. They're both owned by Coke and Pepsi, and they produce this reverse osmosis water, which is actually okay because it takes out everything, including the minerals, though. That's the only part that I don't like about having RO, is it strips your water of everything, but including the minerals, whereas this machine, through electrolysis, actually adds the minerals back in. So if you have reverse osmosis at home, you may want to consider switching over, because that's what I had, and I'm happy I made the switch. And then there's Boss Water. There's so many waters out there. Evian, I've tested them all. But I have a few of them here that I just want to kind of show you. So I just have these little cups that I'm going to use. And I have the pH drops. These are just regular pH drops that you can get, that you measure the pH level of your water in your pool. And so Gatorade is very, very acidic. And I want to just show you kind of the pH chart that what we're looking at is actually, you know, if the water that you're drinking is more along this side of the fence and it's this color like the reds, yellow, and greens, then, you know, this could be very acidic for your body. And that's how sickness is created. Inflammation in the body could happen. And there's a lot of aging that will go on if your body's more on the acidic side. But if you're more on the alkaline side, then that will give you youthfulness and better health, okay? And our body's always going to be trying to maintain our pH of 7.365. If it goes below or above that, then we're going to be sick and not actually be here. So, you know, it's very important to always remain in an alkaline state if you can. So that's what this pH chart is about. And I just want to show you, so keep that in mind when we're looking at the different colors of the water. Okay, so now we have our Gatorade, which I'm just going to pour in the little cup here. And this could be even vitamin water, any kind of energy drink that you may be consuming. And this is the pH drop. So if we pour a little bit in there, you could see that this is very, very acidic. If you're looking at the chart, right? So you really want to avoid drinking that. I guarantee you the athletes are not drinking Gatorade. They're just sponsoring it and it's in the background, but I bet you there's water in their cup as opposed to Gatorade. I know Tom Brady actually drinks Kangen water. If you look at his, you can actually search on YouTube, Tom Brady, and you can see he actually has the same model that I do in his kitchen. And maybe that's why he keeps winning the Super Bowls. And then here we have Sprite, which could be ginger ale, Coke, any type of carbonated beverage. Even Perrier is very, very acidic. So if you're drinking carbonated beverages, I suggest you stop because you could see again on the chart, it's very, very acidic for you. And then Esca Water. A lot of people are paying tons of money for Esca, like I mentioned. And this one's not too bad on the charts. It's not like really yellow like the Gatorade, but still on the acidic side. Okay, so we're getting like a green color. Sorry for that. Right, which is a more or less acidic, but not as acidic as the sugary drinks. And then Aquafina, as I mentioned before, is just reverse osmosis water. And a lot of people think, you know, by having these reverse osmosis systems throughout their home, that they're drinking the best quality water. But as you can see, it's very, very acidic. Okay, we don't want that color. And now Voss water, I haven't tested this one in a while, so let's see what happens, because I don't remember doing this one recently. But I remember liking the taste of this one. And one of my favorites was actually Evian, and I was so shocked to see Evian being very acidic. So see, all of these waters are not the greatest for us. And then we have our Kangen water, which came from this machine. Okay, it was the 9.5 that I poured earlier. I'm just going to pour that in the glass and show you with the pH drops and the chart so you have an idea. And look at that, pure health. And you can try to blow your carbon with a straw into this glass, and you could blow bubbles all day if you want to see if you could change the structure of your water, and you can't. You won't be able to. So if you have a water at home that's actually turning out to be this color, it may be chemically altered. So try taking a straw and blowing your carbon into the water, and I bet you it'll change to one of these colors here. Because that's what they've done to a lot of these waters that are on the market, where they've chemically altered it with baking soda to make it more alkaline. And so people are paying, you know, $10 a bottle for alkaline water, where you can invest in a machine like this and you can have unlimited amounts of alkaline water. So I just wanted, since we were talking pH, I thought I would show you this test. And also the other settings on the machine are amazing. Since a lot of people say, well, that's just, you know, a water filtration system, big deal kind of thing, but this machine produces so much more. So the other setting that I recommend is the 7.0, which is a medication setting. Now, the reason why we call it that is because it's just a neutral 7.0 pH setting. Since this water absorbs right into your cells quickly, you don't want to take medication with high pH water because it has to be slowly absorbed into your body. And if you're drinking it with a high pH 9.5 water, then it might get absorbed too quickly. And the medications are set for a certain level in your body that, they need to be slow release. So you would just drink that with the neutral 7.0 water. And also if you have any babies or infants, they're already alkaline, their bodies. So you just want to give them the neutral water if they're coming over, or you have little babies in your house. And then there's also the 6.0.
Beauty water.
Which is beauty water. I love this setting because I actually collect the beauty water. Again, just turning the lever on. Beauty water's coming out of this hose. And I collect it and I use it as toner on my face. I keep it in the spray bottles, which is very anti-aging. And it beeps and in between settings, so you know which water setting you're on, which is incredible. So I collect this, and I also water my plants with it. My plants absolutely love this water. I have basil growing out in my garden, flowers. They look like they're on steroids because they're just growing so well with this water. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And, I actually have these bottles too, and they just list all of the amazing things that it's good for. Deep fried batter, apparently boiling eggs. I haven't actually done that one yet, so I'm going to try that today. And then the last setting is my favorite, which is the reason why I purchased the machine as well. Not only for the drinking water, but the strong acidic water setting.
Strong acidic water.
Okay, so out of this hose here, you're going to be getting a water that's called 11.5 pH. And out of this hose is the acidic water. So it always splits the water into two. That's probably, if you're wondering what this little extra hose here is it's actually splitting the water into two. So it always has to equal 14 the pH. So 11.5 and 2.5 coming out of here. And it goes through this electrolysis procedure where it splits the water. And what I do with the 11.5 is I collect it. Let's say we'll just put it in here for now. Okay, and then I also collect this one because this actually is the water that I use to clean my entire house. So it smells like Javex bleach, but I still use it to clean the house. It's perfectly safe to even drink if I needed to. And I would collect it also as hand sanitizer. So you don't have to use those harsh hand sanitizers that are out in the store that are drying your hands. I use that and only that, and it keeps my hands very, very soft. So what I've done is I actually washed some organic cherry tomatoes in the 11.5 water that came out of here just a few minutes ago. And I just want to empty one of these cups here. So you could see that this oil, or this water, because it emulsifies with oil, and all of our pesticides are oil-based, it takes all the pesticides off your fruits and vegetables. So just look how yellow that water is. These are pesticides that your body's, and you're ingesting these pesticides. So when I saw this, I just thought, there's no way I can't go back to eating foods with pesticides on them, because you could clean these tomatoes till you're blue in the face with tap water or bottled water, nothing will come off because they use oil-based pesticides in order for the rain not to wash it off. So this was very important for me and my family, and it also enhances the taste of your food. And I love to cook, so if you love cooking, then this machine is right for you. If you want unlimited hand sanitizer, then this machine is right for you as well. And you will save a ton of money not having to buy any of these drinks ever again. And also you will be going green, because that was very important for me as well. I didn't want to contribute to our landfills being filled with these bottled waters. They're just ending up in our oceans and really polluting our world. So if you want to go green, this is the best thing to have in your home. And it's very affordable. We have financing options, and I can't talk enough about it. And so the thing about the Gatorade as well is it actually takes 32 glasses of Kangen water to neutralize one glass or one sip of Gatorade. So we can try to bring this water back by, let's say, okay, so I've had, a couple sips of Gatorade. Maybe if I drink Kangen water, I can neutralize it. It's not going to neutralize it. It'll never change back. But let's say I'm trying to change the Esca water, which I had, and I'm a little concerned because I really don't like Esca water because it's not the highest pH. I could probably change this one over. Eventually it'll turn alkaline, right? So this is what your body needs, is in order to neutralize any of these drinks, you need to drink Kangen water. So there's 3 flagship models of the Kangen water machine, and they range from anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000, and it's worth every penny because it lasts 25 years. It's an additional appliance that you have in your household, and it's Japanese technology that is manufactured actually in Japan, and they use very high grade equipment. They're not sourcing their parts out from other countries where they're using plastic, and many companies have tried to duplicate our product, but they were not successful because they use plastic parts. And we use titanium and platinum plates in the machine, which are very effective. Yes, absolutely. We do have financing available. So because this is considered a medical device, you can actually apply for either in-house financing, or we have something that is called MediCard, MEDICARD, where you simply apply for this medical financing, and we will actually notify them of the amount and the machine you're getting, and they'll approve you exactly for that amount, and you can negotiate your interest rate, hopefully, and make payments as low as $50 a month, which makes it very, very affordable. And I believe it's an open loan as well, so you can always pay it off whenever you want. And you can get started by having this machine. And the other thing I wanted to mention of this water being a medical grade device, water is, I can actually walk onto the plane with this water filled up just like this. Normally they make you throw away your water bottle, but I've walked on the plane with this because I actually have my medical certificate, and they know this water at the airport, and they just test it, and they're like, oh yeah, it's Kangen water, go ahead. And people even travel with their machines because it's very easy to just unhook, and I can take this with me to the cottage or wherever I go. If you become a real water snob, you might want to do that. But it's great to be able to travel to another country with it, because you never know what the water will be like there as well, right? Yes, so this machine is very unique since other filtration systems out there, like people have, maybe their fridge filter, or they're using Brita, or maybe you're using reverse osmosis, or there's so many other, filters that they call that will filter your water, but it's not really adding minerals back in. I haven't seen any technology that does that. And it's actually removing the water of everything, including those minerals, as I mentioned. So it's really, I can't really compare it to anything that's out there on the market. And it's very easy to look after, easy to maintain. This is actually the filter that gets replaced once a year, depending on how much you use. It actually tracks the amount of gallons you're using, and it lets you know. She doesn't stop talking actually when it's time to replace the filter. And so you'll know. And it just basically is very easy to clean, and you actually do a deep cleaning once a year as well, which is very affordable, like $65. And it comes with an electrolysis enhancer solution, which is just a saline solution that goes in this side of the machine. And that's very inexpensive to also use, about $90 for a case, and it lasts you all year. And this is the solution that'll help you with the strong acidic water to clean your produce, like we talked about earlier. So nothing really compares from what I've seen and what I've researched. And we do have a doctor, Hiromi Shinya. He actually invented the polypectomy, which is the colonoscopy procedure, and he backs our water. He's seen so many colons that are, really messed up, and colons that are healthy, and he found people that were drinking this type of water actually really had the healthier looking colon. And all of his patients, he actually puts them on Kangen water in order to avoid having colon cancer. So I can't say it cures the cancer, but it actually can prevent it. So you can actually put this under your counter if you lack counter space, like I kind of do. I like having it on here, but if you are dealing with limited space, we definitely have our professional installers that will come out and put this under the counter for you, and you would have a separate spout like this installed, and you wouldn't see any kind of wires or anything sticking out. You just need to have electrical under your cupboard. That's the only requirement. And for those of you that are watching this video today, I actually would like to offer, if you're doing it on the counter, I'll cover the installation for you for any above counter basic installations as a bonus.